Hi guys! Hi Selena! Thanks for stopping by. This video is to show a quick flip through of a journal that I made using the Boho kit that Selena over at Amorphabriques had put out back in April. The kit came with a lot of different Indian style fabrics. It had some ephemera bits, and it had two little, I think it was two, sort of kits that came from other Etsy shops. It was a really beautiful kit. I actually still have most of it, and I plan to make even more boho / Indian inspired journals using the fabrics. For my first journal, I kind of went matchy-matchy. I chose this piece here in the center with the blue and the red and the kind of gold. There's other colors in here too, but those were the three colors that I focused on as inspiration for this journal. This beautiful fabric here, as well as this one, were also in Selena's kit, so these three. These other three fabrics, these two golds and this kind of light blue one, I had picked those up at Joann's a while ago for a different project, or different projects, and I still had a good amount of them left, so I decided to include them on this journal. I think these are a satin fabric. I'm not really sure. I'm sure you can still find something like that at a local fabric store. Just put those aside. So here's the front of the journal. Here is the back of the journal. Here's more of that same fabric that was on the front. There are three different signatures, which I sewed in kind of wonky, but that's okay. On the side here, I have a lot of different journal candy. I have a bunch of paperclip charms, fabric tabs. This is a boho kit, a boho bead that I put together for this journal. Here's a little medallion that I got a long time ago, actually. I put in an order with an Etsy shop. I don't even remember what shop it was. We are talking like maybe close to 10 years ago. And this came as a bonus, and I just held on to it, and it went really well with the sort of Indian style of this journal. And this was a piece of broken chandelier. Also held on to that, and I finally found a use for it. So again, a lot of stuff going on here on the side. It looks really yummy. As for the inside of the journal, you can see all the stitching. I used a piece of, it wasn't quite felt, maybe fleece, I think. I used a piece of fleece as well as a piece of cardstock, and then I sandwiched those between the front and the back cover. Most of the papers are turmeric stained, and then I took a stencil and a yellow distress stain, I don't remember the exact color, and I went through the stencil and I made this beautiful pattern throughout most of the journal. Here is a little fabric flip. This also came in Selena's kit. I think it was the edge of some sort of scarf, maybe a pashmina. This looks like hand beaded onto the edge, so that's really beautiful. And Selena included a lot of beautiful pieces in her kit, like I said. I also included a bunch of tucks and tags. This fabric piece is supposed to go here. Oh, these are little fabric collages. I made these using the scraps, so you can see these tiny little pieces. These scraps were from working on the project, and I just didn't have the heart to throw them away. You can see also these sequins are hand sewn on, so I will put that back later. Here's another journaling tag. It's blank on the other side. Little tab. You'll find a lot of blank pages in my journal. That's because I am a journaler who writes. Actually, that's pretty much, well, I do have some, a few bits of scrapbook paper that just went perfectly with the theme, so I included those. Like I was saying, I do sort of do a few other types of journaling, but mostly I like to write in my journals and to keep memories that way. Here's a tag with a bit of fabric on top. I'll try to flip through this quickly because I imagine that something like this would make a beautiful guest book at a wedding. Or maybe just to keep your own memories. And of course, here's the second signature. Tag. This little cute paper notepad is stapled together. Selena had done this herself, I think, and she included that in the kit, and obviously the fabric went, so that's in here too. Fabric flip. I don't know if you can tell on camera, I sewed this fabric on the wrong side, but again, that's okay. You can see there's threads and stuff everywhere, so this is a bit of a deliberately messy journal. More little flips that they're just decorative, you can't really do much with them. Here, I think, is another part of the same scarf from the beginning of the journal. This is kind of the main part, and this is one of those long, big fabric flips that Nazi over at Amity Bloom puts in her journals. Actually, a lot of this was, I went back and I looked at Amity Bloom's Boho journals for some visual inspiration, so her influence may or may not be clear here, I'm not sure. Fabric bits. Here's a little collage that's just glued in. It doesn't flip up or anything. I had a lot of fun working in this journal. This is a postcard. Okay, don't get mad at me, Selena. This is a vintage postcard that Selena had included in her kit. I think it looks like it's maybe French. I scuffed the front up because I'm not really fond of people's faces in my journals. I still think it looks beautiful, but I also think I went a little bit overboard with the scuffing, but tucked behind here it looks beautiful, and maybe it just makes it look more vintage, I don't know. Another fabric flip, I think this is the last one in here. Let's see, what else do we have? Sequins, all the sequins here that you see are hand sewn on. This is, I backed most of the journaling cards with the same turmeric dyed paper with the stenciling. The stenciling adds this really subtle, beautiful look that you can still journal over. We're almost at the end. Blank journals like this are really cool because you can just use them whatever way you want, right? You can use them to write in. You can add pictures or memories or ephemera. You can struggle with paper clips like I am. I'm also propped up really funny. I can't really show you guys, but yeah, it's a workout for the abs. Let's see. And here we go. This is the end of the journal. Like I said, I still have a ton of fabrics left from the kit. From what I know, Selena has some, I think they're surprise boho kits up in her shop still. So I think you purchase it and then she puts it together for you. Correct me if I'm wrong, Selena. But yeah, it was, I'm so happy that I purchased it. I had a lot of fun working in this, and I appreciate you guys stopping by. Bye.